and welcome to Project Home DIY. I'm Christine, the founder of Project Home and your curator of your box. You probably are at the stage I'm at. You just got unpacked. You're ready to get going. So let's get started with December's project. And it's so different from anything we've done. We usually always do wood crafts, but decided to bring in something totally different because it's fun to learn how to do different things and use different mediums and fabrics and stuff. So I'm really excited to bring this one to you guys and see all of the ways that you customize and make these trees, this woodland forest, your very own. So let's get started. All right, you have 6 trees, 3 types of yarn, lots of little ditties with the wreaths for little additions onto them, and fairy lights. So set most of your stuff aside. We'll just work on the trees for right now. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine. You'll get to know me pretty well because I'm very active with my subscription business and my customers because you guys are amazing and so great to be around. But join us in our VIP group if you haven't done so already, because once people start creating these creations, you will see the most unique things come up and the best ideas ever. So make sure you join that group. It's a lot of fun. You've also gotten your starter kit. In that starter kit, you will have a glue gun and glue sticks, which we will definitely need for this project. So make sure that you get that out. If you choose, you may need the paint. I'm going to show a different way to do the trees. So the paint might be needed, but you have a ton of cool supplies in your starter kit to get you going. So grab that out. If you need your glue gun, get it out. Make sure it's plugged in and ready to go. All right, we have 6 trees here. I'm just going to move these suckers to the side. 6 trees. 3 different sizes and 3 different kinds of yarn. So I'm going to do 2 of each color in the yarn, and then I will kind of have that balance that I'm looking for with it. If you prefer a color over one over the other and you want to do more in one, just be mindful of the amount of yarn that you have. I don't want to have you do all of them in this brand or in this blue and run out, but just be mindful. You could, if it's likely we will have extras in our store that you can purchase more yarn from. So if you do run out, you can maybe get some more. All right, so this is pretty simple. It just takes a little bit of getting used to starting it, but you just basically take your tree and let's glue on. Oh, I have glue gun on, it came unplugged. I'm back. Okay, glue stick. I got out a brand new glue gun because mine was like years old, and I'm like, why am I using this crappy thing when I have gajillions of glue guns everywhere? So I might as well use a nicer one. Okay. So start by just putting a good amount of glue. Again, I told you it's new, so it's taking a minute. Just a dot of glue there. My trick with hot glue is before you touch it, lick your fingers, except for we're not really touching it because the yarn is pretty thick and it's covering it pretty well. Okay, and this whole bottom one, I'm going to put hot glue around because I do want that to stay on the bottom without slipping off. Just makes it much easier right away. And I love the braided look, so I don't want to pull too hard, because if I pull too hard when wrapping this, it'll just pull it straight kind of thing. So just weave it around. Every once in a while you can put some glue, but it's not necessary to hold it. Unwrap. So I can give myself lots to pull from. So I could put some glue in here just to keep it in place. That's totally fine. And just wrap around. If your yarn's pulling up on you, kind of squish it down so it covers. I do see a joint here from when making the yarn, so I'm going to cut that if I had scissors in the right place. I don't. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm going to cut that joint out, so I'm going to just cut this and then going to glue. See, habit. I just licked my fingers. It's total habit. I always lick my fingers before touching hot glue. For one, the glue won't stick to you, and two, you won't burn yourself. Okay, and now I'm going to put this piece back in here without the joint. That'll look a little bit better. Okay, so just keep wrapping that around and pushing it down. These are so pretty. This color, I just love. I love this blue. So pretty. Okay, I'm at the end. I'm going to cut the rest off, and I'm going to put a pretty good sized part of hot glue up there. Make sure not to burn myself. So like my fingers. And try to create a tip with that hot glue and the yarn. There we go. Okay. You can trim off any excess. And here I see a little bit at the bottom. I'm going to just glue that down. Okay. There is one of our trees. Ugh. I'm getting yarn in my mouth. Yuck. Okay. There's the first one. All right. And to complement that one, I really love this blue color. So I think I'm going to do a bigger tree in the blue. Another big one. I have tons of yarn to for sure do 2 trees. I don't know about 3. So take that risk if you want to do 3 in one, but yes, that looks perfect for that tree, and I'm going to do the big tree. So go ahead and wrap that second one. All right, second tree is finished. Create that point by just cutting off remaining pieces that don't really kind of fit. Perfect. You guys, they're so pretty. I know I say this every time, but for you, the new subscribers, I am doing this right alongside you guys for the first time. So these projects are kind of just ideas in my head. And then when it comes to actually making them, I do it right alongside you guys for the first time. So I haven't done this. I very quickly wrapped yarn around a tree and figured out how much we're going to need based on that, but I've actually not made this project, so I make it right alongside you guys and kind of learn along the way too, because I don't know it all until I do it in trial and error. So much of crafting is in making and building is trial and error, and I'd say I did a pretty good job of guessing how much yarn it would take to cover 2 trees, because I have about 3 feet left. So that is pretty good, if I must say so. Okay, I'm going to work on the gray, and then I'm going to do the tricky one. And this, For the Love, we're going to be saying that a lot, because For the Love is going to be a little bit harder. It's a directional yarn, and it kind of has to go in one direction and has to lay a certain way to look nice. So that'll be fun. But it'll look great in the end. I cannot find the end of this yarn. See, I'm sure you, I'm not a crocheter or a yarn person at all. So I'm sure there's a specific way that I was supposed to do this. Ah! There's an end. But I don't know it. So this is what we get. And I need to use all of it, so it doesn't matter how it comes apart for me. I don't have to keep it in a nice little ball. Okay, there's my gray. My favorite. You guys, I love gray. Gray is like my favorite color. My kids always like, really? Gray, Mom? Gray? I'm like, gray, yes. Love gray. Okay, gray it is. So I'm going to do one of the little trees in gray because I don't have one of those yet. Okay, gray, first one is done. I'm putting some glue, like a little bit more towards the top, like the last 2 inches. I put glue all the way up the tube just because it kind of holds it much better right at the end. I like it. I like the feeling of the placing I can get and keeping it in place. So add some glue at the top. Cut this little fluff ball I have off at the end. There's gray. Okay. I'm gonna do a gray large one. Okay. Had a hot glue gun mess there for a second, but I got it. There's the tall gray one. These are fairly easy, but look at this statement piece. Like, look how beautiful they are. Once they're like all put together, they're so pretty. So pretty. With lights and like the perfect amount of greenery, and love it. It's gonna be like an all winter long decoration. It's not just December. Kind of a nice all winter long look. Okay, now we need the white for sure. I have a little extra, more extra than the blue because I did a smaller cone with it, with the blue than I did with the gray. Okay, hot glue gun, or glue everywhere, and fuzz, bleh, yuck. Okay, for the love, it's gonna be challenging. Okay, let's get with this guy. Oh, and finding the end of this one. I should probably Google how to find the ends of, there it is. Okay, you can see that one side is fuzzy, one side is flat. The flat side is what needs to be glued down. So when you are running it around, just make sure that you keep gluing that flat part down only. I think this will be more challenging for sure. That chunkier yarn is much more forgiving, faster to cover, easier to cover. This will be definitely a little bit more challenging because it does rotate, it does turn. So just take your time on this one. I'm noticing that when wrapping it around, this stuff wants to really come off and show more gaps. So I think it would be a really good idea to take your cotton paint and paint the tree first. So we will paint the tree first. It will give it some dimension, some white on the back side, so you don't have to be so perfect with the coverage of the yarn. So go ahead and paint your trees using the cotton paint and let them dry. So go ahead and paint, and we will start after they are dry. Okay, I painted the white cones. I'm gonna let those dry. While they're drying, let's do the wreaths, the little mini wreaths. These can be used, you can put them on the trees, you can set them to the side of the trees. However you decide to use them is totally up to you. You can use different, you can add in red berries. If you want red berries, you can add in different things. That's totally up to you. But these are just meant to add just a tiny touch, extra touch to your trees and a little more natural looking woodland type theme. So the pine cones and the cotton blossoms have a little wire on them, so those can be wrapped around. We'll glue the little sage branches, and I forgot the name of these little yellow dudes on, and then we can use the twine and the ribbon however we decide when we get there. All right, so let's just start with one of them. I'm going to place the pine cone and then the cotton blossom. And this cotton blossom I'm going to twist tie on with the provided metal little twisties. twist that around, and I'm going to just secure it with a dab of glue right in behind. Okay, now add my pine cone. Hold that pine cone in place until it's firmly dried. Okay, I'm going to just take 2 of these little guys. Uh-oh, see, I didn't even follow my own directions. Wait till the pine cone is firmly dry. I'm so impatient, I told you. So impatient. I'm just licking my fingers and cooling the hot glue with my fingers. Okay, I'm not going to tip it upside down, but I am going to work these little guys in to the side a little bit. Okay, I put them right in the bottom. Ah! Here I did it with my... Again. Told you. Be impatient. Okay, these little sticker dudes, I'm gonna pull up the side a little bit. There, it's starting to come together. These little yellow guys, just stick them in there. Like that. Just a tiny little accent. Most perfect little things, I think. And I don't even have to secure them with glue. So this is where you can decide if you want them to hang on your wreath. You can just wrap this around like this as well, and then glue on your tree. I said hang on your wreath. I meant your wreath hang on your tree. I really do like that. That's really pretty. So I'm gonna go with putting this all the way around and hanging it. So I'm gonna put some glue down and wrap this white ribbon around. I don't want the seam to end up in the front, so I'm just going to trim it a tiny bit so my seam ends up in the back. There we go. We might have to have a competition in the group of who burns their fingers the most with this project, because this hot glue gun's getting a workout this time. Okay, those are so cute, you guys. Ugh, I'm usually better about hot glue gun strings everywhere, but this is taking its toll on the string, man. Okay, they're so cute. Oh, I'm gonna have to tack this little yellow pom-pom guy. Oh no, there's a good secure place for it. Okay, he's in there. And then I'm not going to yet glue them on my trees, but look how super cute. Like even just setting them at the bottom. So cute. Or you can maybe hang them with the twine. The twine can also be used as like a cute little garland around the tree. If you like that. See, this is what I'm telling you guys, like, you will blow everything I do out of the water with the creativity that this group comes up with. I tell you what, it's amazing. So there's some ideas. Another idea, I don't know if I like it yet, but you guys might, again, perfect it. But I have an extra painted cone. I don't know what I think about the thought of doing something like this, but I'm going to do it so you can see it started, and you can decide if you like to do it for yourself. I don't know. I like loosely wrapping the cone with the remaining yarn. Maybe, if we like it. I don't know. We'll see. Let's look. These are all like brainstorm ideas I have. Or maybe not even brainstorm ideas. Maybe they're like harebrained ideas, you know? Those kind of things. Yeah, I have them a lot. This is all I do, man. Okay, I'm going to gently, evenly place these about an inch apart so it looks nice and symmetrical. Not wonky, because wonky didn't look good at all. I tried wonky and didn't like it. A definitely new challenge in the group. How many times did you burn your fingers? Because this will test it for sure. So there's something, maybe. I don't know if it's missing something. I don't know if I like the look of it. I'm not sure what to think. But I wanted to show you guys as an idea of something you can add. Just a different little looking one. I don't know. Whatever you think. Okay, I'm gonna do my second one. Second little ditty, and then we'll get to the For the Love yarn. right, second little mini wreath is done. Those colors, look how pretty they are. Oh my goodness. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, we gotta get our white trees done. I don't love this guy. Somebody perfect this and make it look awesome. I know you will. I don't love this guy. So I'm gonna set him far, far away. In far, far away land. Okay, now I gotta get my white cones and we'll start for the love and hope it goes good. Okay, here's the white ones. And wait for the love. And I did notice the first time I was wrapping this, my trial, it really didn't look that bad when it did spin or turn, so the backing was showing. You really couldn't tell. My point of this tree is to have some fluffy element to this. So I still think I get the fluffiness, even if we just very quickly wrap it. Like I still think we're gonna get that nice fluffy look. It just takes a little bit more doing than the chunky yarn. So let's begin. This is going to be much better, definitely without the brown and this being white instead. You can also spray paint them if it's easier. Spray paint and go from there. If that's an easier technique for you, faster. Finished, and it looks amazing. That was definitely a little bit more time consuming, but I love the furry look. It's perfect. Okay, there's my furry tree. Now on to the last one. Okay, same technique. I did notice my my yarn kept kind of getting it was just rotated around. So the more I can avoid that, the better. And getting out just straighter pieces, that worked a lot better. But I did get in a groove and I could just wrap it around and it went well. So that is reassuring. All right, now there it went. See, I'll ask the end again. white tree. Finished. That was much easier. So I think you kind of get in the groove of things and it just ends up working out. And painting it white was definitely important. You could maybe paint it red, maybe even the plum color to stick with our kind of winter wonderland farm theme instead of Christmas, but you could paint it like red underneath and maybe the red would show through really super pretty. That could be pretty. So I'm gonna do a little tiny bit of trimming on these little buggers at the top. Make the tops look perfect and get my wreaths ready and placed where I like them. But that is it for December. Look at what we made, you guys. Look at these creations. And you know what? This is just like the coolest thing, because when people come to your house and see this, I forgot one step. When they come to your house and see this amazing thing that you made, this whole tree land, they're gonna be like, nuh-uh. Hey, did you make that? I don't believe it. But look, you did, and it's amazing. So this will be beautiful on like a shelf or a mantelpiece. If you have a big mantle, that would be beautiful. These are fairy lights and they're warm color. Where did my batteries go? There they are. I did not send you batteries. I'm sorry about that. I hope you have access to batteries, but I cannot send batteries in the mail. It's a very big, huge no-no for one. If it's not disclosed, and if it's disclosed, then it's a huge expense. So I'm sorry, I cannot send you batteries, but 2 AA batteries, you'll be in luck. And these fairy lights are just kind of meant to go at the bottom of your light, or at the bottom of your trees. Kind of just twinkle up, light up the ground a little bit, is my envisioning idea. Remember, I haven't put these together or done this at all until I do it with you. So this is just in my head of how I wanted this to look. So I just picture them kind of being around, and then obviously hide the on-off switch underneath one of them. But then just like the twinkle lights around the trees. And at nighttime, they will just glow from the bottom. So pretty. Not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. I don't want to cover the lights up. I think I'm going to attach them because I really like them, but I can't decide. And there's twine there. Okay. Guess you'll get to see in the final pictures of what I decided to do with those wreaths, but I love this winter woodland look. I hope you do too. Can't wait till you join us next month, where we get to celebrate being humble and kind. See you then. Bye.